it'd be an interesting exercise, you know, to like, if I'd never thought about it, and then 7 years from the day, say, right, I want you to write an account of that event. It'd be interesting to see what that would look like.
Yeah.
And I actually saw it firsthand as well when I was from there. Is again, it's the interesting thing of the day after the attack, I speak to a guy, and he's saying, "Oh yeah, I lived nearby, and I could see from my window what was or from a balcony what was going on." That was one day after. About 5 days after, it was, yeah, I was on the balcony and I was shouting directions to the police and military about what was going on. Okay. 2 weeks later, he was completely involved with the organization and coordination with police response and stuff.
So his story kept changing and evolving.
And that happened a lot. That happens a lot with that incident. It was a good friend of mine, a dear friend of mine. She's involved with security, and they had officers in there. And she was, oh yeah, there's a friend of mine. He's ex UK military, and he was there and he rescued some people. And I went, oh, all right. And I said, because lots of people chipped in eventually, especially after I responded, like not that long after, and people were doing their own little things. Eventually, there was only me and the Kenyan police in there. And then she said, yeah, at night he went in and got them out. And I went, no, he didn't. And she went, oh, no, he did. He's wrote the report. He went in at night and got them. You know, I know categorically that from when it was dark, the only non-Kenyan in that complex was me. Inside the complex, I should say. I mean, that's kind of a loose phrase, not exactly true.
It's like a shopping center,
but
right?
No, it was a hotel complex.
A hotel complex.
But it's like, oh, right. No, he went and rescued them. I goes, no one was going through that threshold at night. I know this firsthand. And they were like, all right. Credit, he did come true with it. When she pressed him, how the story really was he was at the threshold. He told Kenyan police where these civilians were in the office, and they went and got them out. So his version of events first was he rescued these people from the complex, but the reality was he told Kenyan police where they were, and they went to grab them out of the office and take them out. So it just shows, and again, I'm super. I don't know who the guy is, and I've never met him, but I'm thankful that he helped and stuff, and I know he was searching for them initially. But it's interesting, you know, like a lot of I always say, peel a couple of layers back from someone's story, and you start to see the truth, and it starts leaking out. I don't talk about my service in the SAS outside of that day, and the only reason why I talk about that day is because the whole world saw it.
Yeah,
is it's I think it's far cool. This would be a lesson to any aspiring person who wants to talk about themselves and stuff. Is it's far better to downplay something than up it up, because if someone says, "Oh, did you hear about